Hi, in this video we are going to learn web performance and load testing. There are many ways to write code to complete a task, and some methods are certainly more efficient than others. Many applications perform well when it's just a single user on a local development computer, but once it's been released and it's being accessed by multiple users on a server, you might start to notice things are beginning to degrade. Now, being able to test the performance and the load capabilities of your web application is one of the nicer features found in Visual Studio. So let's look a sample application and we'll go about adding some web performance and load testing to the solution. We'll get started with Visual Studio. We go to File, Create a new project or a website. We're going to select an ASP.NET empty website and we're going to name this website as, let's call it as My Message. Click on OK. Let's click on OK. On the right hand side within Solution Explorer, you have your web project. Name of the web project is My Message. We are going to add a default page to this. So let's add a web form. Let's name the web form as default.aspx. Here in the central section you'll get the design and the code section. On the left hand side you have the toolbar using which you can design your application. Let's switch to design view. In the design view, we are going to add a text box. Let's add a text box here. We are going to add a button control as well. So the button control has been added. Once we select the text box, name of the text box is textbox1. Name of the button is button1. We are going to add a message here. We are going to click button. As soon as we click button, the message will be displayed on the web page. So now we are going to add an event handler on the button control, or let's change this button control to show message. Let's double click on show message button so that an event handler will be added. The event handler method is button1_click. As soon as we click on button1_click will be executed and the code body will be executed. So here within the code body we are going to get a string message from the control textbox1.text and we are going to display the response using the class response, and within this class response we have a static method known as write. Using this write method we are going to display the message which is written in the text box. So let's save it. We have a simple project here. Let's run the project and test. So once we are testing the project here on our Google Chrome, you can see that I'm a single user and I'm testing this application manually. I have just provided a message. Hi, my name is Devanshu Shukla. As soon as I click on show message, you can see that the message is appearing on the web page. So now this application works fine for the single user, but now what we need to do is we need to test the performance and load testing of this application for an example number of users. Let's say the number of users we'll be testing will be around 300. So let's process the web performance and load testing part of the project. Let me just close it. Now in order to get started with web performance testing for this project, we are going to add a new web performance and load testing project in our solution. Right click on your solution, add a new project. Within the left section, within your Visual C# you have a test section here. You can select your web performance and load test project and let's test, let's call it as performance test, which we are going to add to our project. So once the performance test has been added to the project, now you can see that we have a default web test created. We are going to remove this default web test and we are going to add a new web test for this project. In order to do that, simply select your performance test, right click, add a web performance test to this project. As soon as you start this, now we don't want this to be the default browser. Now the test will be performed on your Internet Explorer. So we have to go for the project localhost, and before that let me just check the URL of the project. The URL of the project is localhost 3184. So now the application is running. I will go to the project here, localhost 3184, and here you can see that as soon as I have typed in this message, the recorder is on and the recording has to be done. You have to simply check whether the recording is on or not. Let's just try that. User, let's click on show message, and we have got that message here on localhost. Now we are going to stop the recording. Now within this test record, we just need to check whether the things are working fine or not. We have got one web test. So we need to get the records here. So now let me just stop this application. Our web performance test has been done here. We need to check whether Internet Explorer has the recorders available. Let's just go to settings. Developer tools. There should be some add-ons which has to be displayed here, because add-ons are required to record. Go to file, safety. Yeah, let's go to manage add-ons. We need to have the recorder add-on. So this is the Microsoft Web Test Recorder. This has to be enabled so that you can record. So I have enabled the Web Test Recorder. Let me just close it. Now I'm going to record the test again. So let me just delete that. Go to performance test, add a new web performance test. Now your recorder is enabled, and you can see that the web test recorder is enabled on the left hand side, and now you can proceed with recording the application. So let's go to localhost 3184, and the application has been loaded here. Now what you can do is you can simply add some comments here, enter your message. Let me click on it. Let's say, so the message will be, hi, I am Devanshu. Now I'm going to add another comment, and that will be click button. So I'm going to click on button, and now I get a message that is, hi, I'm Devanshu. Here we have got some post parameters in which we have got the view state and the text content and the button content. So this is done. Now we have got the record. We are going to stop the web test recorder, and now you can see that the web test has been created here. So let us wait until the dynamic parameters are detected and the test result is considered as a pass test. So now what you can do is, this result is considered as pass. So now what you have is, you have some response time, you have a response URL, and you have some post parameters properties. You can change the message and you can test different things. Let's say I'm going to change or modify this parameter. Let's say, hi, we are web users. Let's say I'm going to change this, and here the records are done. So now what next we need to do is we need to perform a load test on it. So this performance test has been done for one single user and the test has been passed. Now we have to check the performance test with the number of users available on our web application. So let's go to our performance test and we are going to add a load test here. So within the load test, let's go to welcome. So let me check. This is load test for, let's say, 300 users, and normal distribution of the recorded think time will be done. So let's go next. Load time parameter will be for, let's say, around 300 users, and the step load will be nothing. We'll go with the default test conditions. Let's click on next. So how should the text mix be modeled? So this model of the text mix determines which test is run when a virtual user starts a test iteration. So based on the number of virtual users, based on user space, on sequential test order, or total number of tests. So we'll go with based on total number of tests. Now we are going to add a test. So we need to add a web test 1, that is our performance test with this testing. So let's click on add, and we are going to add our performance tests. So we have a few tests available here. Performance test, web test 1, web test 1. Let me add the last one. So we just need to check which one is the correct test. So let's click on OK. So we have a evenly distribution test. Let's go to next. We're going to test it on the LAN network, and we are going to test this on individual browsers which are available. So we are going to perform the test with Internet Explorer 9. So if you would like to add parallel computer, but since we don't have a parallel computer, we're not going to add any further computers. Let's click on next, and the test duration will be hours, minutes and seconds. For how long would you like to test the application? So let's say I would like to test that for not more than 5 minutes, and let's get started. So let's click on finish, and a web test will start and will be performed. So now we are ready with testing of the settings. So this is how we have added a load test here. So this is the run settings, and now we can run the tests. So let's run the tests. We need to perform. This was the performance test, and here is the load test. Count test categories, load test page errors. So this is your test. So now we are going to run the load test. So for the successful load test to be performed, we need to have Microsoft SQL Server. So we'll make you understand how Microsoft SQL Server can be installed on Visual Studio, and then you can proceed with testing of the application. So this is how we add the test to our project, and in the next case we are going to install a Microsoft SQL Server, and then we are going to perform the load test. Thank you for watching.